Hello, my name is Risto Kappet from Asia Zaxpeed and welcome to my video review of the third round of the GPVWC Superleague Championship, this time from the narrow and dangerous Baku. As always, you are riding on board me on my qualifying lap, my best lap of the session, which turned out, surprisingly for me, to also be the pole position lap. So quite a long straight, lots of straights on this track, which gives a small advantage to us who are running the Valiant engine. We have a slight power upgrade instead of the fuel upgrade, fuel consumption upgrade, which helps us a bit in qualifying. So really braking late in all of the corners. In qualifying, the brake pressure and bias is different for the race trim, so really discovering it every lap as we go. This track you really have to use all of it, but you cannot use the curbs under braking, so it's really tricky to figure out the ideal braking points and the trajectories. On the acceleration though, you can go on the curbs, so that's good. Coming up is one of the most trickiest part of the track, the castle section, very tight, but luckily we have a curb cut detection exception there, so we could take a nice line. So far a really clean, aggressive lap, quite good for me. Now there is a car coming up. He did not really get in our way, but I got a bit distracted and missed the apex and slightly hit the wall. No damage, but some time lost. But last corner was really good, maximum exit speed onto the very long straight. And after the race we compared our qualifying laps, and it turned out that this last corner was the one that gave me the pole position. There's not much difference in it, but also going for a shorter run to the finish. Here are the results. Extremely small gaps. Alex having a really good first sector, but my last sector being the best thanks to the last corner. Also Dennis quite close, and Jarl the first without the Valiant engine, also very close. If he's this close in the qualifying, then we knew that it would be a very tight race with him. We would judge our engine advantage in qualifying to be about 0.15 seconds, so we would still be ahead, but very close. So starting on the grippier side, hoping for a great launch. But instead it's Alex who had a better getaway, but luckily not good enough. I braked really late, almost too late in the first corner, but managed to avoid any trouble. And my turn 2 is already much better, so I get a nice gap onto this straight so that there is no danger to pass me. It's not easy without DRS anyway, and Alex would not do anything stupid, but still good to be ahead and clear of any trouble. Luckily there was not too much trouble in the first lap anyway. So now the aim would be just to keep it clean, try to pull away from the DRS zone, but I knew that Alex is faster than me in race trim and he would get in the DRS zone and use the DRS to save a bit of fuel and be better prepared later in the race. Our strategy was always a bit offset. I would take 2 ultra softs and then super soft, but he would take the super soft in the middle and ultra soft in the end. So there was a chance that he would get more caught up in traffic in the middle of the race, but he would definitely be faster in the end, so it was interesting to see how it pans out. In the end of the first lap the gap is almost a second, so everything as planned for me. The first lap was a bit sketchy, but in general I had a good line going, trying to give some margin for the walls in the castle section, but really pushing everywhere else. You can't take it too easy, otherwise you just lose time. But you have to make sure you avoid any contact, because any bodywork damage will slow you down on the long straights for the whole race, and that is definitely something you don't want. Now 11 laps later Alex had really caught up with me. He was trying to make a pass before the pit stops come, so he got very close to me with DRS in the main straight, and now he is in a great position to attack down the second DRS straight. I had to really go on defensive. Gave him just enough room and gave him a cheeky squeeze onto the curbs. There was room for him to go, but he had to brake on the curbs, which meant either going wide or locking brakes. So that was good for me. We had actually done this move in practice. It is quite funny, but he had to try. Nothing bad in that. Now that gave me a bit of a breathing space, but we were both going to pits anyway soon, so nothing lost from doing these moves. Here is me exiting the pits after the second pit stop already, as I go on to super soft. For the part of the race you didn't see, I was just keeping the gap to Alex quite same, about 2 seconds. But after he had pitted for ultra softs, he was right behind me on maximum attack, and on the main straight with DRS there was nothing I could do and nothing I would do. I could see that he's much faster, and Jarl Tyan was chasing us behind, so no need to do anything stupid, and I just let Alex go, take the position that he deserves. Unfortunately only one detection zone for 2 DRS zones, so after he had passed me he could use the DRS again to pull away. That was that. And the rest of the race I just had to manage the gap to Jarl. He was also about 1 second behind me in the end, but his tires were also super soft and a bit older than mine, so I could keep the gap. We both really had to manage our fuel and boost, but I kept him out of my DRS zone, and with that probably saved my second place. Here we are already on the last lap, about to cross the line for the last time. In the distance you could see Alex already celebrating, and I am coming home also for a very, very happy result, finishing between 2 drivers who are arguably faster than me. Here are the results. Only 4.2 seconds lost to Alex is not bad at all, and 2 seconds to Jarl is fine. Last year I was finishing more like 40 seconds behind Rudy van Buren, so Alex, who is not that much slower than him, to be that close, it's a great result for me. Here are the standings, point standings after the race. Most important for me, I extended my driver's lead, but definitely Alex now in 6th place will keep on coming closer, and I can't just keep finishing second to him for the whole of the season, but it's a good position to be in. And the team standings, ACR Zakspeed now coming into the lead quite strongly. That was a great race for us. Peter Burdak had some bad luck with the accident that wasn't his fault, but still it seems that at the moment we are the ones having the edge. But the fight is very close, and it will definitely go down to the last rounds of the championships, so it's very exciting. That's it for me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.